Matt, can you start now? Is it recording now?
We're recording.
Okay, thank you. Welcome everyone to Apache OpenWhisk Technical Interchange call on July 22nd. I'm Dominic, hosting this meeting today.
Hey, Dominic, can you speak a little louder?
Okay, sorry. Maybe I can. Okay. Okay. These are today's agendas, and we have a time for customary introduction for new attendees, and we will look into notable updates and PRs. And there is one scheduled topic about the IDE plugin for OpenWhisk, and we will set up the next coordinator for the next code. Okay, so does anyone want to introduce yourself? Sunyan and Connie, do you want to introduce?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, my name is Sunyan Oh, and I'm a software developer at Neighbor. And I've been working with Dominic. And nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Connie Kim. I'm developing a serverless platform and Neighbor. I'm working with Dominic and Singyan. Thank you.
I think Alessio is not new attendee, and we shouldn't. So anyone else want to introduce yourself? Okay. Okay, so let's look into notable updates.
I should say it's nice to see your faces. I see you a lot in the Git commits, but now I can associate your faces with.
Yes. Okay, so there was a discussion to use OpenWhisk in a domain name for a blog, which is led by Michele. And personally, it looks good to me. And there are a lot of PRs in last 2 weeks. The first one is attachment store implementation for Azure Blob. It has opened for a while, and now it seems Tyson is reviewing again. And David removed 8 from the core repo as they are end of life now. And John Pyeongchun contributed to enhance log collections for Kubernetes client. I think it is ready. And Tyson's PR to refactor Cosmos DB cache invalidator gets merged. And Mira's contributed on user event service. Previously, it was sending some user events, even if a namespace is ignored. So he fixed it. And Jang Pyeongchun added some Helm chart and update existing chart accordingly to add Elasticsearch activation store. And there are a bunch of PRs against Whisk debug, and mostly they are led by Alex. And I really appreciate his efforts. And David recently updated the SIP to 5.1 image to 5.1.5 and removed Node.js 8 action from Node.js runtime. Okay, did I miss anything? Anyone want to share any other updates or? Okay.
Just one comment. So some of the PRs from Dave Grove were to get us ready to do an OpenWhisk release, mainly getting rid of some of the old deprecated Node.js versions. So I think we're ready at this point, and I had volunteered to cut that first release candidate. So I'll try to do that before the next call.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm also
Okay.
happy if somebody else wants to do a release candidate for OpenWhisk 1.0. I'm happy to defer that.
Any volunteer for that? Maybe I can try.
Okay,
Since this-
yeah, and I'm happy to help. Matt and Vincent, Dave have all done a great job sort of documenting the release process, and there's a lot of automation behind it. So I'd be happy to walk you through it offline, and then if you want to push it forward, great.
Thank you. It will be a great experience for me as well. Okay, let's move on. So this is a scheduled topic, and this is dev tools for Apache OpenWhisk. And we neighbor recently open sourced these two projects. And first one is for VSCode extension, and the other is IntelIDE plugin. So Sian and Connie will present these two plugins, and we'd love to donate these two projects to Apache Foundation if we can. So, Sian, could you share VSCode extension for OpenWhisk?
Sure. I can share my screen.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Today, I'm going to introduce the VSCode extension for Apache OpenWhisk, and I'd like to show you a simple demo at the end of this presentation. Okay. The name of this extension is DevTools for Apache OpenWhisk, and it's an open source project, and the code is available at this GitHub link. And this extension helps you deploy a Whisk deployed project easily and help you manage deployed OpenWhisk entities in your VSCode. And you can install this extension by searching the OpenWhisk keyword in the VSCode marketplace. As I said before, this extension supports the VSCode, Whisk deploy, so it automatically finds the manifest file in your workspace.
Quick question. Can you go back to the previous slide?
Sorry?
Can you go back to the previous slide?
Okay.
So you already have it in the store?
Yeah, you can try for now. It's just for try.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll try it out.
Okay, thank you. And then, yeah, okay. And okay, I start, okay. It automatically finds the manifest file in your workspace. So you can execute the Whisk deploy command like deploy, undeploy, and sync in the manifest panel. I think it's quite similar to running the npm command in the VSCode side panel. So, and you can also create a Whisk deploy project with the create a Whisk deploy project command. If you run this command, it will create a manifest file and sample source code in your workspace. And if you have a manifest file in Whisk deploy format, then this extension detects it and provides an autocomplete feature. So it helps you write a Whisk deploy YAML file quickly. And this extension also provides the OpenWhisk Explorer. So you can find it in the VSCode sidebar, and you can see the OpenWhisk entities and manage the namespace, action, package, and trigger in your Explorer. And you can see the list of activations for the selected action at the bottom of this sidebar. And you can open the context menu with right-click on the tree item. You can create and update the OpenWhisk entities. If you click the invoke menu in the context menu, it opens a new tab for invoking the action code. So after you enter the parameters and click the invoke action button, it invokes the action with the parameters you enter. And it shows the activation result in the console window in the bottom. And you can also edit the action code using the VSCode editor. So you can still use our convenience functions provided by this VSCode IDE, such as code formatting and autocomplete. And you can edit the actions metadata, and you can see the activation in the JSON format in the editor. So finally, it provides a one-stop service for action code development. After you split the editor screen, then you can edit and invoke the action code and see the invocation result and logs on a single screen. I think it's very convenient to be able to do everything on a single display. Okay, then I will show the simple demo. Okay, first, open the VSCode. I've already installed the extension, but if you don't have the extension installed, you can get it from the marketplace. Just search the OpenWhisk. Then you can find it. I think you can try. Okay, let's create the new Whisk deploy project. To create a Whisk deploy project, you need to run a create a Whisk deploy command like this. The create a Whisk deploy project. And either create a sample project with contents, manifest YAML file, and sample action code and test code. Then click the create button. After the sample project is created by the command, you can see this project here. You can execute deploy, undeploy, and unsync command. Okay, let's open the manifest file. So it supports the autocomplete, so you can write the action like this, new action. And you can change the function and runtimes here. And you can also create a new package here, like this. So you can quickly write a manifest file. Okay, I'm going to deploy this manifest file. Okay, to deploy this project, click the deploy button. And you can select the API, target API host, and you can change the API host to deploy. Okay, I deploy it to the upgrade namespace. And you can enter the project name, then you can skip with the yes button. Okay, then it shows the deployment complete successfully. And you can see the deployed entities in this OpenWhisk Explorer. You can see the Hello World packages here and Hello World action here. Okay, and you can right click on a tree item to select several menus. You can invoke and edit the action code and edit metadata, and you can delete the action. Okay, let's invoke the action. Okay, after the action, okay, action the tab is open. You can change the parameters and you can invoke action with this button. Okay, I will invoke action. Okay, after the action is invoked, you can see the response here and activation IDs and logos in the output panels. And you can change the name, and you can change the place and change the no children. I changed just the parameter to test. Then after invoke action, and you can find the change the result here. Name sorry. And you can edit the action code here, and I changed the message from hello to hi. Then I will invoke again. Then you can see the change the result here. And you can also split the screen like this. close. So like this. Change the update the code and invoke, and you can see the result like this. Okay, I think that's all I have prepared. Thank you.
That's really good. Thanks for sharing this. Are there other buttons for like firing a trigger or managing other assets?
Currently the firing is not supported, and I think we need to develop more. So after the feature is developed, I will share it again.
Okay, thank you, Seung-Yeon. Next is Connie. Connie, can you share IntelliJ plugin?
Yes.
Sorry, I should stop sharing.
Okay. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. Let's start. Today I will introduce a plugin. This plugin was created for the convenience of developing OpenWhisk in the IDE. This plugin was created for OpenWhisk development in IntelliJ. It provides the ability to easily deploy and manage the OW entities to the remote server. Also, if Whisk deploy is installed on the user, it provides features of the Whisk deploy. And I released to the market today. It's ready to approval from JetBrains. And you can download it 2 days later from marketplace. And if you don't want to wait until 2 days or use the latest version quickly, there is a way to install it as a jar file. First, connect to this following GitHub to download the jar file, and in the IntelliJ plugin dialog, click this one and select the jar file you downloaded and restart IntelliJ. Then you can use this plugin. And here's the version compatibility. Currently, it supports compatibility from IntelliJ 2018.1 version to 2020.1 version. Compatibility is checked every PR through GitHub action. And I said before that the plugin provides Whisk deploy features. The plugin automatically searches for and recognize the manifest file, one file inside the project. And user can deploy and undeploy with a click of the button. Also, when you start development with Whisk deploy for the first time, there is a button that creates manifest file and sample code file as a template. Next, there is an explorer that manages all OW entities in the namespace. Here you can see at a glance the OW entities you have developed or deployed to the remote server. And each entities have a different type of context menu. Where's my cursor? This is for the action. This is for the namespace. This is for the trigger. And you can also invoke the action. Here, the action is not running locally, but actually executed on the remote server and issue the result in the bottom panel. And the VSCode already support modifying and creating action code. So IntelliJ plugin will support it soon. And you can fire a trigger as well as an action. When the trigger is fired, the result of the linked action is shown in the result window. Also, trigger and action metadata can be modified. You can manage the linked action of the trigger, and you can also modify the default parameters of the action. Or if it is a sequence action, you can also modify the linked actions. Finally, there is a window for activations. You can show activations by filtering by action or trigger and namespace. And you can click the entry. You can see the detail of the activation. Now let's see the demo. In this demo, I will show you how to create an OpenWhisk project with Whisk deploy and deploy it to the server and run action. First, let's register a new namespace for demo. Enter the OS key in this dialog and click this button to verify that the OS key is valid. Then click apply or OK button. You can see the namespace is registered. And look at the left side. There is a Whisk deploy tool window. It crawls tool window in JetBrains product. Click this button to create a template file. The file created in here. And you can see the manifest file is recognized in tool window. If you click the deploy button and select the namespace, action and trigger is deployed. For demo, I have a few more actions, and I will deploy one sequence action and two normal actions. Deploy success. And you can edit the action metadata. In normal action, runtime, timeout, memory can be modified. And web action related options are activated only when the web action is true, like this. And you can change the default parameter. When it sequence action, you can add the action more and delete and change the order. And you can also run it by changing runtime parameter. Here. I mean the parameter for test. You can see the result. And when you fire a trigger, the result of the linked action is displayed in here. It is a result of the linked action. And if you want to see activation, right click on any entity, click activation. You can see the activation view. In this window, you can filter by action or trigger. And click this. You can see the all activation of the namespace. You can change the activation namespace. Okay, the demo I prepare is over. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Have any question?
I just have to speak up and say, you know, how happy these last two presentations made me, because it was our goal in creating Whisk Deploy to create a solid foundation for higher order tooling to be developed from. So these two presentations just bring me great joy. So thank you.
Thank you.
And I was going to also ask, is there a way we can better promote these tools on the website or in our top level readmes in the project somehow?
Yeah, that sounds great to me. We would love to donate these two projects to the Apache Foundation. So then it would be great to specify these two projects in the core repo or website. Okay, thank you, Goni.
Thank you.
And so these are all what we have. And for your information, we expect that users can easily benefit from the functionalities these two plugins provides. They can easily develop and deploy and invoke their actions without leaving IDE. And there are small differences in these two plugins, but they will eventually have the same functionalities. Okay.
This is really good. This is great work. Great job.
Thank you. So the next is we need to decide the coordinator for the next call. So any volunteer? And if you have any other agenda or topic to share, then please tell us now.
I have a couple of comments. Are you, I don't know if you're on social media, but if you are on Twitter, for example, and you want, or I encourage you to maybe tweet about some of these items, then I think from the Apache OpenWhisk Twitter ID, we could retweet and or post about them directly. So if you are on social media, contact either Matt or me, and we can figure out how to tag you appropriately so you get the credit for that.
Okay, that also sounds great to me. Thank you. Yeah, I have a Twitter account, but normally I don't tweet. But at this time, I or other guys maybe can tweet about these two plugins.
That'd be great. I think it's best if it comes from you, and then the OpenWhisk ID can retweet it.
Okay.
Do you have any blogs or articles planned on these? I mean, kind of what you showed today, you can turn into blogs as well, which can help amplify your work and your contributions.
Yes, we can, I think. Maybe we can blogs on the Medium. I see there is a blog for OpenWhisk in Medium. So maybe Goni or someone can write a blog about that.
It's a good way of sort of publicizing your work and getting developer advocacy out. I think it's a good way of doing it.
Okay, thank you for a good opinion.
If there's no volunteer, I'm happy to do the next call.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Okay, let's wrap up. This is the end of our Tech Interchange call. See you next time.
Thanks for hosting. Thanks for all the presenters. Bye.